Former President Jacob Zuma, as you know, appeared at the state capture inquiry this week, where many criticized his testimony, saying he did not reveal much. He objected to the way he was questioned by evidence leader Paul Pretorius, saying it amounted to cross-examination. Zuma's performance is seen by the ANC's alliance partner, the SACP, and some civil society groups as a fight back by those who benefited from state capture. ENCA's Moloko Moloto is following the story for us. Moloko joining us from the Johannesburg City Hall this hour. Moloko, and this, what we're seeing today there at the City Hall, is the launch of a fight back against corruption and state capture, at least as per the terminology used by the SACP and the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation.
Hello, Tembegile. Yes, we are coming to you live from the Joburg City Hall. This is the venue for the mass meeting that is being organized by the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, of course in partnership with approximately 29 organizations. Among them is the South African Communist Party. You are aware that this past week, they expressed their unhappiness at the way things are going, saying that those who are guilty of capturing the state are fighting back. But this particular meeting is meant to start at around 2 p.m. As matters stand, I can tell you, Tembegile, that there's no one in this hall except us, members of the media and the officials from this particular organization. So it remains to be seen whether at 2 o'clock there would be people who would be addressed here. But that question, I would like to pose it to Dr. Alex Mashilu as I ask him to come into the frame. Alex Mashilu, he is the spokesperson of the South African Communist Party. Let me first start by congratulating you, Dr. Mashilu. You were conferred with a PhD by University of Witwatersrand just recently. But the important thing is that today we are here. You are launching this particular Hands of Our Democracy movement. Firstly, let's start with this question. Where are the people? You are supposed to start at 2 o'clock.
We will be starting at 2 o'clock. It is now just an hour before the starting time, and the people are coming. Already there are others outside. We are looking forward to a successful event.
Looking forward to a successful event. Tell me exactly what you aim to achieve at the end of this meeting today going forward.
What we aim to achieve is to build a broadest possible patriotic front, bringing together South Africans from all walks of life, agreeing on a minimum program to deepen and widen our South African democracy. This democracy, which we founded in 1994, has been plunged into crisis. Major state-owned entities that we need to execute the process of transformation and development have been plunged into crisis, and many of them cannot operate. They rely on bailouts in order to operate. They have been declared almost completely redundant. Look at the situation at Eskom, where an amount of 1 billion rand was paid to a United States-based company for almost doing nothing. So, and the situation is quite worse. It is very clear that the networks of those who were complicit in the corruption of state capture are mobilizing to defend one of their own or all others of their own. We are saying we cannot leave them alone to be running in the show as if there are no democracy-loving people in this country.
You are also accusing, for instance, the public protector. Actually, as I'm looking at this particular leaflet here, you are saying that some Chapter 9 institutions are also caught up in this warfare for a fight back by those who you say are complicit. And we know that there's no love lost between you and the public protector. But some people are saying that because seemingly if we were to take a leaf from your media briefing last week, this is also anchored around the Minister of Public Enterprises, Pravin Gordhan. Do you get a sense that perhaps you could be seen to be defending an individual here in the form of Minister Gordhan, despite the reports by the public protector? Whether you agree with them or not, it's another matter. But are you worried that there could be a perception that you are protecting an individual here?
You asked a very good question. The theme of the campaign is defend our democracy, confront the networks of state capture, and there is an important theme as well, hands off our democracy. We are dealing here with a systemic crisis that was deliberately implanted to undermine our democracy. Secondly, those individuals in the state, in the public service, and broadly in society, including the media, by the way, journalists, who write about these networks of state capture, fight back, are being bullied. They are being held all sorts of insults, including racial insults. We are beginning to see a resurgence of a new racist wave, isolating people because they are not this color or that color, or because they are that particular color. Now, in the statement we read, we are saying clearly that Chapter 9 institutions are not immune from being drawn into agendas by people who are driving their political campaigns. If someone does not like you, that person can approach a Chapter 9 institution to lay the complaint, and therefore your fate can be decided from that moment.
Yeah, you clearly believe that Minister Pravin Gordhan is at the forefront of this fight against those who captured the state. Is it your view, therefore, that Minister Gordhan is infallible and he is incapable of any wrongdoing?
No. No individual is incapable of committing mistakes. Minister Gordhan, as the portfolio he is in charge of, self-explains his role, is the Minister of Public Enterprises. And the road was driven in public enterprises, SAA, ESCOM, PRAZA, Transnet, Strategic Fuel Fund, etc. They were driven down. He is the minister responsible for turning them around. In the process of executing his functions, he is facing a lashback from those people who were complicit in the networks that plunged the state-owned entities into crisis.
All right. Alex Mashilu, he speaks on behalf of the South African Communist Party. Thembekile, we hope that this event that is start at exactly 2 o'clock. We don't know. We'll ask Mashilu to tell us who are some of the people who will be addressing the people who are expected to come here. And as I said, at this point in time, there are no masses. It's only the officials and media personnel here.